If you haven't yet listened to episode 111, make sure to go ahead and give it a listen. In this interview, you will hear one of the most powerful concepts we've ever discussed on the program, which is the concept of unique ability. This is the kind of thing that once you see it, you just can't unsee it. And like most of the meaningful things and useful concepts out there, it's completely antithetic to everything you learned at school. In short, your unique ability is skills that have always come naturally to you, tasks that you absolutely love doing, and when you do them, they bring a lot of value to other people's lives. Tasks that your friends and your coworkers are always asking you about and complimenting you on, and the tasks that you would complete regardless of how much money you had in your bank account. For example, my most pronounced unique ability is my ability to communicate complicated ideas effectively in a manner which adds value to both new investors and seasoned professionals. Additionally, I have a knack for seeing a compelling angle about something and communicating in a way that excites and attracts the right clients. This is why I love working with all the listeners of this show. And of course, it's no surprise, this is one of the reasons why I decide to author a book and why I host a bi-weekly podcast. These are the things that I simply love to do. Now, in school, we're told to focus on our weaknesses. If you are incredibly creative, but you get C's in math class, you're told to focus on math. In fact, every 50 minutes, you're instructed to get up, leave your desk, and enter a new room where you're going to focus on a new, completely unrelated topic. This is exactly the opposite of how real high performers are created in the world. The reality is that you're not going to get anywhere being kind of good at a lot of things. More than likely, if you're going to get far in life, it's going to be because you're incredibly good at one or two things. And it's hard to get away from this line of thinking, even as an adult that understands this concept. On my honeymoon recently, my wife and I were talking about her business and where she really wants to focus her efforts for the second half of 2019. As we started to iron out what she likes, she mentioned that she wants to retain ownership control, especially when it comes to decision making, because when you start to involve other partners, she feels like that slows her workflow down. She also verbalized for the first time that she doesn't actually like leading people in the conventional sense. She finds herself in leadership positions frequently because she excels at certain tasks and people promote her to those positions, even if it's her promoting herself. But it's not really something that she loves to do. Now, she loves creating budgets, but she doesn't necessarily like overseeing that this company stayed within their budgets. And she also really likes doing project management. As we started to whittle down more and more things that she doesn't like, she was extremely disheartened. She realized that there's only a couple of things that she likes to do, and she basically felt completely deflated. Like, how can I run a business if I only like doing a couple of these things? I had the absolute opposite reaction. As she continued to talk about more and more things that she didn't like doing on a regular basis, I realized we were closer and closer to uncovering her true unique ability. Exactly at the moment where she explained that she was doomed to perpetually struggle as an entrepreneur, we were actually at the point of genuine breakthrough. Why? Because once you start identifying the tasks and duties that you despise doing, you can start to identify team members that absolutely love doing those tasks, and then you can replace the time that they're spent in their unique ability with the time that you're spending in your lowest and worst use. This is how you should think about all of your time, especially your duties as an entrepreneur. And once you start to structure your business like this, and once you start to remove those tasks that you don't like doing, you'll see your business start to scale very, very quickly. And by the way, it'll be a lot more fun. Now, don't misunderstand me though. There's two important components of this, two caveats, I should say, that this does not mean. So this doesn't mean that you can spend your time operating within your ability so much so that everything else falls by the wayside. There are certain things in business that, despite the fact that it may not be a strength of yours, you still have to be proficient in them. I'll give you a perfect example. Emails. That is a really important part of business these days. And if you cannot type appropriately, you can't use syntax appropriately, you're going to give a bad impression. You need to be proficient in sending email regardless of what your unique ability is, because if not, you're going to not get to the point where you can use your unique ability at all. Number two, and this is more important, just because something is a strength of yours, this does not mean that you can remain complacent in your current ability. It's the exact opposite of that. Focusing on your unique ability means that you can free up your time to be 100% dedicated to true mastery within that unique ability. What does this mean? Truly analyzing your quality of work. using key performance indexes or KPIs to track your results, bringing in objective third parties to analyze and track your results and track your KPIs. And most importantly, getting so good at something that you can teach novices how to be proficient, which is basically the definition of mastery. So that doesn't mean that congratulations, you found your strengths. Now you can just go to Mexico and sit on the beach and be happy that you're only operating in your ability. It's the opposite. It means now it's time to take those skills to the next level because you freed up your time doing things that you didn't want to do in the first place. Again, really powerful concept, antithetic to what you most likely learned in school. But the more and more time you can operate within your unique ability, it's going to be more enjoyable and you're going to see more success more quickly. All right, listeners, you know the routine. This show is all about learning, making wise investments, and protecting and growing your capital. So if you're interested in these topics, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Of course, if you've already enjoyed a couple of great episodes, don't be shy. Leave a review. It really helps the show's visibility. And lastly, if you're an accredited investor and you're interested in learning more about our investment opportunities, the types of deals that I personally invest in, go to asymcapital.com. That's ASYMcapital.com. Thanks a lot.